So
I tell you two stories about shanks being planted, and these are true stories. So first story, I had an inmate at Lake CI who he was a hierarchy inmate. Okay, he was running the whole tobacco thing. You know, he was moving them across the compound, whatever. I was trying to catch him because for me that was contraband, and he was, you know, running an operation. People might see it differently than I do, but that's what that's how I looked at it. So I was constantly on the move to try to catch this guy with a whole bunch of cigarettes, cell phone, whatever. So I couldn't catch him because he was good. You know, he was good at avoiding me whenever I was working. He would just not do anything when I was working. So I had a sergeant that came up to me and he was like, "Hey, you know, you got a problem with this inmate, you know, we could take care of it." I says, "Well, what do you mean we could take care of it?" He said, "We can go plant a shank on him and we could just get him transferred out of here and you know, we'll be done with him."
mhm.
I says, "Listen, that's not what I'm about. Okay. I don't have to do that to catch him. It's not that urgent to me to go do that just to get him off the compound. If I'm going to catch him, I'm going to do it my way. I'm going to do it the right way." Okay. That's one instance about planting shanks. The second one was I did a search and I found a shank. And you know, every time we get, you know, you find contraband, you're supposed to do your report. So I'm sitting in the captain's office and I'm writing my report on the computer, and the shank is on the desk right next to me. The captain's sitting across from me, and the warden comes walking in, and it's a female warden. I'm not going to say her name. And she walks in, you know, "Hello, how you doing?" You know, and she sees the shank on my desk and she picks it up, and without hesitation, she's like, "Oh, who could we plant this on?" And then she realized real quick that it was me sitting there. And she's like, "I mean, who could we find this on?" And I'm just in my computer like this. I didn't even want to look up at her because I was just in disgust. And I look over at the captain and he looks at me with that look like, you know, like, don't say nothing, or, you know, because he knew it was me and he knows how I am with
And this was
reporting
the
stuff.
warden.
Yeah, this was the warden. And this goes back to what I said earlier about the leadership. If you have leadership that's has that mentality, what is she allowing to do in the prison?
Right. And that shank can get somebody up to 5 years additional on their
Sure,
time.
absolutely, absolutely. And I was in total disgust after that. I mean, to have a warden say something like that in front of you, you
Right. Now think about the mother, right? Who's already stressing over their child being in prison, who's
yeah.
in our community now. This is
Hmm.
our community that this mother has to deal with the fact that a shank, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Their son or daughter is being persecuted for a shank, and they're telling them, "Ma, the cop planted it on me. The cop planted it on me." You
Right.
know, these are the end results that this warden doesn't have to live with, because
Yeah.
wardens get paid how much a year?
Roughly 80 something thousand, I think, right now.
At the state level. And federal, they're well off into
Yeah.
sixes.
Yeah, probably more.